All right, everyone, it's Burke here with Double It in Half, and I want to introduce you to the killer of the quarter. Our killer of the quarter this week, or this quarter, is Blaze Prax. And I'll tell you what, there's been a lot of people that have absolutely crushed this quarter. We had people losing 20 plus pounds of their goals. We had people setting revenue numbers that they couldn't even imagine a quarter ago. We had leads through the roof and a lot of people. So we had a lot of people that would have been very, very worthy of receiving this award. But I'll tell you what, there's one that just took the cake, and that's Blaze Prax here. So I just want to introduce to you the killer of the quarter. And so here's your award. A lot of people do trophies and medals. We wanted to go with something that really embodied just what we want to do here at Double It in Half. And so because of that, each quarter we will have one winner who wins the killer of the quarter, and you will get the stuffed animal of the killer whale. So I just want to tell you congratulations.
Thank you, Burke. I mean, seriously, this has been quite an ability to be able to work with you. And when I first heard about what you were doing, you really weren't letting me know that really too much about what you do, and I was hearing more and more about it, and I was really wanting to join what you were doing, but you were really making me want it more, and I had to eventually just be like, Burke, let me join what you do. And it was one of the best decisions that I've made. And really beyond that, the best decision I made was actually following through with with really what you put together, because that is what's made the big difference in not only my life, but actually the lives of all the patients and all the other employees that I found myself leading at such a young age. And just having you in my corner has just been so valuable.
Well, I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. And with that, I'm going to go into kind of the three core pillars of what it takes to become the killer of the quarter. And so I know that you're a hard worker in itself, but with this being the first killer of the quarter, you really didn't know what the criteria was. So this is kind of out of left field. But going forward, if you want to be the next killer of the quarter, you have to embody these three pillars. So the first of the three criteria is to do the boring work. You must have a 90% daily log completion and consistently attack your big goals for the week. And so, Blaze, I just want to reach out to you and let you know that your weekly goals, some people go and they set goals that they know they'll accomplish and something that they can crush pretty early on in the week. And your goals almost scare me as your coach. And so I just want to say you have really embodied this first pillar, and then always staying on top of your daily logs has been really, really great.
Well, Burke, I mean, starting out, I actually found myself finding it difficult to set goals. I didn't really know what goals to set, and was setting really easy goals. And like on like the second day of the week, I'd be like, I already completed my goal. And I'd be very confused of like, what am I supposed to do now? What do I write in this box? Like messaging you, like, I already did it. And you're like, good job. And I'm like, there's gotta be more to this. And so really, I think the biggest thing that I got out of this is like is the 90% law completion. Is like, I don't know what else to do. I figured everybody was doing this every single day. So definitely want to keep that up. But you guys gotta, I mean, if you're not doing 90%, you really gotta get on it. But really what I wanted to touch on was really that what I found out was setting bigger goals than even I thought I could complete, but then realizing that throughout the week I got 5 days. I actually work 6 days sometimes, but I got all this time throughout that whole week to make huge progress on this. And if I chunk this up throughout the whole week, I can complete more than what I thought I could complete in a month. I'm finding I can do it in a week because I'm staying aligned with the same thing, and I'm not over here and over there and down there and picking up all these random things that aren't actually moving the needle.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. Great insights. Great insights. Well, keep it up. Keep setting big goals, and keep raising the bar because there's a lot of people on your heels. And so if you're watching this, he is a punisher, but there's still hope. All right, number two, we have do something to dramatically improve the business. So one of our main KPIs that we all work with are both leads and revenue numbers. And all, if you're watching this, you know how important it is to attack these revenue numbers because ultimately that's what's going to feed the family and keep your employees happy and well paid. And so I will say, reverting back to this number one of his big goals for the week was a certain revenue number, and that was on there for quite a while. And I'll tell you what, whenever he hit that number, it I mean, it was the most impactful. I mean, that was the highlight of the quarter for real, for him and also for me as a coach and just a member of the business. And so keep pushing yourself, and you definitely dramatically improve the business.
Yeah, and actually, I did want to touch on that because I had that same goal every single week, and at a certain point, I was like, "This is just stupid. I should just give up on this." And instead of doing that, I actually changed the perception and the vantage point of how I set my goal, which was not collect this certain amount, but it was close or help this percent of people start care. And when I thought about it that way, literally that week we surpassed the goal. And I remember that right when we did, the first thing I did was call Burke. I could not wait to tell him what happened, and he already knew all along that I was going to hit it that week because we were right there. But that was the first thing that I did. And if you're feeling stuck, I would say just change the way that you're looking at one of these goals. Don't change the goal. Change the vantage point of that same goal.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, whenever I got a FaceTime from Blaze and it pops up and it's not even him, it's him screen sharing his numbers, I know something's going on. It was great. All right, and then the last one, this is personal. So each of us that are in this program or people that I work with, you're all entrepreneurs. You're all working really hard. And as you guys know, there's a lot of stuff that we work on that isn't revenue and business based. And so it's a holistic approach to improve each entrepreneur in whatever holistic approach they want, whether it's friends, family, fitness, and then obviously in the business. And so Blaze has shown profound growth as an entrepreneur in all those areas. And I'll let him tell you a little bit about his growth, just what he feels his growth has been over the last 3 months. You think about it, a quarter's not that long, and the amount of growth that we've been able to see in the last 3 months has been pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, Burke, just throughout the last 3 months, there's been ups, there's been downs, there's been sideways, and it all just kind of hit me all at once. And to be honest, I was had some anxiety throughout that process, and really just faced that head on of what I was struggling, and being able to step past that has really allowed me to have a much more level head. I've
Mm.
actually the biggest change I feel like I've been able to have is a word called equanimity, which is essentially being able to be level-headed in stressful situations. And that I feel is just so valuable to be able to advance in. And through that, being able to translate that to my team as we're servicing and helping people in that customer experience world. You can't let that show. You can't let that get to you. And being able to set big goals and having to deal with all these new things coming at me all at once as really a young CEO of relatively, well, it's technically a small company, but being able to, manage all these people and all the stressors, and also selling at the same time and everything else was very stressful, and it brought on anxiety. And once I faced that and pushed through, I just feel like I've been able to look at that from a new vantage point.
Mm, that's so great to hear. And your growth has been seen not only by you, not only by me, but I'm sure your employees as well. And so that's what it's all about. All right, so here is where it gets fun. So we're going to deep dive a little bit, not deep dive, but we'll take a look at see what makes this quarter so special. So you'll see here, this the monthly revenue chart for Blaze's company here. And he's the CEO of the company. He's been really driving revenue, driving these conversion percentages. And you'll see he started with me here on April 16th. And so you'll see the revenue numbers. For confidentiality, I know we're all really big on that. So we're not telling you the name of the company or given the revenue numbers, but we are going to show trends. And so you can see the trend here. We really came out of the gate hot. Bunch of challenges that really challenged him and the entire company out of the gate. And then you'll see the last quarter, so July, August, September, this is the quarter, we had we set records, right, Blaze, in August and September. This was all-time high in August, and then you proceeded to break that all-time high. So just tell us a little bit about like how long the company has been around and how impactful it was to set records. We set daily records, weekly records, monthly records, and quarterly records, I think, all this quarter, right?
Yeah, so last quarter we did set our biggest day ever. We set our biggest week ever and our second best month and our best month ever. And this company has been around for 26 years. And we're literally doing collection amounts in one day that we used to do in an entire month.
That's pretty
So let
great.
me let that really to sink in, is that this has been a massive change, and there's been so many changes that have happened within this company. And I think that for me, having doubled in half has allowed me to have a really a third party to say, well, hold on, you said you were going to only do this. Why are you looking over here? We need to be focusing just on this thing. And it's not even Burke, giving me a hard time about it. It's just, it's on the sheet. I read it every day. I look at it. I fill out what it is I'm supposed to do. It's like, oh wait, that doesn't relate to one of those things. And I need to, keep myself aligned on that. And as you can see on the chart, we came out swinging, setting goals, and then Tech took two steps back and then really had the biggest day, week, in months ever. So thank you, Burke, and thank you to Double and Half for really what you've given me, my team, and all the people we've been able to help. 173% increase, not just signifying collections, but number of people helped and number of lives improved. And Burke and Doubled in Half, you had a part in that.
There it is. There it is. Well, we work with a lot of people, and some people don't buy into the level that you bought into. And so I just want to give you some props and credit. You have totally bought into the program, set challenging goals, done the boring work, and it has definitely paid off. And so for that reason, you not only get your killer of the quarter, but you also get let's see. So
What is it?
for this, I am creating a an experience, a rock star experience for whoever the winner is. If you like to play golf, you're gonna go and get tickets to a couple rounds of golf. If you like sports, you may get tickets to a sports game. I know Blaze is really, really into fitness. He goes really, really hard. And so with that, he also likes to train his mind just as much as he likes to train his body. And so to pair those two things together, I have him going.
Oh, no way.
So we have a 1 hour float tank session in a sensory deprivation chamber. And so here they fill the water with so much salt that it feels like you're floating on air. It's going to be pitch black. You're not going to feel a thing. You're not going to see a thing. So here you get to rest and recover your body, but also let your brain go to work.
Yes.
And then we're also going to pair that with a 1 hour deep tissue massage from those workouts. I see your fitness goals and what you're doing. I actually think that you told me you hit a big chest day today, and so I know you work out really hard, and so there's nobody more deserving of a deep tissue massage as well.
Oh my gosh. Burke, that's perfect, man. That's exactly what I need. I've been talking about how bad I need a massage. I got this knot back here that's it's been killing me for months, man. So I definitely need that.
Well, that is so great, and I am so glad to hear it. And so for this, you will get your killer of the quarter, and then I will put this in the mail, your gift card for your 1 hour float tank session and 1 hour deep tissue massage. And so I just want to congratulate you on your great work. There's only one question I would like to give to the audience, or whoever is watching this, and that is, who is going to be the killer of the quarter in Q4? So now you've seen what it takes to be the killer of the quarter. You have seen Blaze, you have heard from him. And so doing the boring work, doing something revolutionary in your business, and really growing as an entrepreneur. Those are the three things it's going to take. The bar is set high. There's a lot of people that were deserving of this for this quarter. Blaze just stood out from the rest. And so my challenge to you guys is to have Q4 be the best quarter of your entrepreneurial career. So I just
There
want to say,
it is.
let's do it. And thank you, Blaze, and congratulations.
Thank you, Burke. I really appreciate you. Couldn't have done it without you, man.